John Diddy Combs. A new lawsuit filed by a producer and videographer on Diddy's latest project accuses him of sexual assault.
It was filed by music producer Rodney Jones Jr. He accuses Combs of making unwanted contacts while they worked on an album.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Jail would be crazy, but I think like career-wise.
Canceled, officially, done.
Yeah, I think it's over.
With a string of scandals and controversies following him, it's no surprise that Diddy is losing sleep over the mounting pressure. It looks like his luck has run out and he may soon be trading in his designer clothes for an orange jumpsuit. So what exactly is going on? It looks like Diddy is preparing for another legal battle as he finds himself entangled in a new lawsuit which has all the footage needed to prove he is guilty. What exactly is going on? In the initial complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York on February 26, Combs was sued by Rodney Lilra Jones, the producer of his most recent album, who claimed that Combs had threatened him and written an essay while he was traveling and living with Combs from September 2022 to November 2023. In addition to Jones described a September 12, 2022, filming at a writer and producer camp at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles. The contents in that lawsuit and the updated complaint, he said, vary with information about the shooting supplied by Los Angeles police and Combs Justin's attorney Shan Hawley. Combs Justin's kid and Justin's buddy identified as G were there. Additionally, the lawsuit claims that he is a member of Rao Enterprise and that he and other parties are engaged in an inter-RICO venture is when individuals or groups band together to break laws enacted by corrupt and powerful organizations with the intention of targeting organized crime. The complaint is the most recent legal issues for Combs, who has been the target of numerous lawsuits recently, including numerous allegations of say. The initial complaint stated that Jones discovered G lying in the restroom floor in a fetal position holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg and hip area. Jones claimed he took the victim to the front of the studio where an ambulance was waiting for the Angela Fire Department. This information was requested last week, but the department has not replied. The amended filing includes a message that Chalice is alleged to have sent to an unidentified person stating that the shooting occurred a half-block away from Chalice and that it was the result of a robbery. Jones claimed in the suit that he was instructed to tell police that he had nothing to do with the shooting and that it was committed outside the studio by a silent corroborated in keeping with Hawley's version of events. Please wait for facts to surface before you begin spreading false information against our organization. The gunshot was definitively found to have occurred some distance from the studio when the LAPD got on the scene, she added. The updated complaint adds citing a report in the media that Hawley claimed G went to the studio after being shot. Jones's original lawsuit asserts that police were inside Chalice and saw the shooting in the restroom, but it stuck to the false allegation that the shooting happened outside the studio. Screenshots allegedly taken in the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by Mr. Communications or J Communications are included in the original filing. The crimson liquid shown in the screenshots has not been identified by NBC News. The amended filing also includes a photo of the allegedly present at the studio on the night in question. According to the filing, Jones and his son were not present when police arrived, and they are accused of hiding out in another studio while police investigated. They are also said to have been the first to leave after officers. Jones also claimed to have the clothing he wore on the day of the shooting, which he claims may contain the DNA of the shooting victim. When it came to the boy's account, Hawley left and refuted that story. She also said she didn't think the police spoke with Combs or his son. Early on September 12, 2022, officers responded to a call regarding a possible shooting on the 800 block of North Highland Avenue. On that block, police said the victim told them two people approached him while he was next to his parked car, demanded his property, and shot him in the torso. After a 2-month struggle, the police arrested 3 people and claimed they were accountable for a string of robberies throughout the city and possibly others in the initial complaint. Jones said that it phoned him in August 2022 and asked that he create a few songs for the RB album Off the Grid. The Love album, which was published in September of last year and received a Grammy nomination. In the initial complaint, Jones claimed that during their time living and working together, Combs had repeatedly harassed him. He also claimed that during an incident in February 2023, he woke up feeling lightheaded and confused in bed with two workers and a communication device. Jones believes that this incident is what started the original complaint against him. The suit said that Holly, the attorney, first called Jones's allegations in the original filing, called them complete lies on February 26th and demanding, and that Jones is someone who does not take no for an answer. Jane said he has hundreds of hours of video and audio to support his allegations of harassment because Combs frequently required Jones to record him constantly on the video and audio of Combs, his staff, and his guests, allegedly showing them engaging in serious illegal activity. According to Jones, who is among the most powerful figures in the music business, leveraging last week, Jones claimed to have heard that a private investigator connected to Combs had harassed and bought off a close acquaintance in order to get dirt on Jones. According to the petition, John Jay's buddy is now concerned for their safety and the protection of their family as a result of the purported correspondence. Jones said the investigator attempted to pay the friend to provide information to show Mr. Jones in a negative light. In the complaint dated February 26, Jones also claimed that despite being under an implied work-for-hire agreements, he was not compensated for his efforts on the Love album Off the Grid. The lawsuit said that while his work was beneficial to Combs' Love Records, Town Records, and Universal Music Group, he was not paid for it. Additionally, the company failed to reply to a prior request for comment in the updated complaint. Upon being hired to work on the Love album, John claimed to have informed the recruiter what he wanted, $20,000 per song, a producer credit worth 4 royalty points for each instrument used on the tracks, and to keep his publication rights. Jones stated that he and the recruiter verbally agreed to the terms, which came with an assurance that they would be accepted. As a result, Jones agreed to work on the project. The amended complaint claims that Jones lost $220,000, 4 royalty points, and producer credits for 9 songs. He is suing for $30 million. Tyrone Blackburn, Jones's attorney, said that the case takes a surprising turn by naming a Young Miami as well. Jones claims to have indisputable proof that, among other things, Young Miami's cousin Ander helped him write an essay. Jones claims that he was in youthful Miami with Diddy. Jones claims that while he was inside the restroom, Miami's cousin barged in and began making advances toward him. Jones further claims that he tried to shoo her away and went out, only to be pursued by the woman who then allegedly undressed and tried to straddle him and have sex with him in front of Diddy and other people. In a startling change of events, it seems that Young Miami accidentally used Cuba Gooding's name in her effort to separate herself from the issue and lay blame on Diddy. Jones claims that Young Miami was among those who received a monthly payment from Diddy to act as his staff. The biography of Cuba Gooding differs from the conventional one about superstars since Hollywood power players not only destroyed his reputation but also interfered with his life outside of the glamorous entertainment industry.
And then, it's one of those moments in my life where I was trying to numb the pain. So I would, just kind of...
In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Cuba Gooding achieved notable success in Hollywood, receiving recognition for his roles in television shows like Hill Street Blues and MacGyver. However, it's important to note that Gooding also contributed to his own downfall. MacGyver's career reached new heights with an outstanding performance in John Singleton's critically acclaimed film Boys in the Hood. After that, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s career flourished, but it also saw a decline as a result of several accusations made by women against him. It's important to emphasize that Gooding wasn't directly engaged in any dubious activities. There are others who surmise that a major reason for his present predicament is his plan to reveal some personal information about celebrities, which he claims caused him a great deal of grief when he stopped to consider his route. In reaction to the #OscarSoWhite criticism, Cuba Gooding Jr., who won an Oscar in 1997 for his performance in Jerry Maguire, voiced concern with the lack of diversity among the most recent Oscar candidates. During the Television CR Association press tour in the Pasadena CAF, Gooding Jr. discussed his wish for films like Straight Outta Compton to be recognized and stressed the need of diversity in nominations with reporters. Regardless of the difficulties facing Cuba, Gooding Jr. participated in the continuing discussion about diversity in the hopes that it would result in more attention for diverse and outstanding works in future nominations. Gooding Jr.'s story started in June 2019 when USA Today published an investigation into an alleged incident in which he was accused of inappropriately touching a woman at a New York City bar while intoxicated. After that, Gooding voluntarily went to the police and was taken into custody on October 15, 2019, when prosecutors revealed that 14 women had accused Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. of making unwanted advances at various venues in Dallas, Los Angeles, and New York since 2001. In connection with suspected groping occurrences in Manhattan, Gooding Jr. is now being prosecuted for 4 misdemeanors. 2 of the events are said to have happened on October 24, 2018 at a downtown nightclub and on June 9, 2019 at Magic Hour Rooftop Bar. Though it's unclear if these charges are related to the same 2 women, separate lawsuits have been filed by women accusing the actor of misconduct in New York City in 2018 and 2019, invoking the state's Adult Survivors Act in the New York Supreme Court. This act provides a temporary window for plaintiffs to submit civil claims of offenses that would otherwise be barred by the statute of limitations. Manhattan prosecutor Jenna Long has long expressed her intent to use the testimony of the 12 additional complainants to establish a pattern of Gooding's behavior during his trial in Manhattan Supreme Court in 2019. This lawsuit is the most recent in a string of issues for Gooding. In June 2023, he reached a last-minute settlement with a woman who had accused him 10 years prior, avoiding a trial in the 2018 lawsuit, which was reported by The Times. The woman claimed that Gooding Jr. forcibly inserted his tongue into her mouth while she was working as a cocktail waitress at the Lavo restaurant and nightclub in New York, Cuba. In April of the following year, Gooding filed a guilty plea to a felony charge of forceful contact related to this event. The complaint includes a portion of the transcript of Gooding's evidence during that court case. When the judge asked him to explain his behavior, Gooding responded, kissed the waitress on her lips, confirming that he had done so without her permission. In the 2019 filing, Kelsey Harbert asserted that she approached Cuba Gooding Jr. at Magic Hour Rooftop Bar and Lounge with the intention of meeting the actor. She claimed that after taking a seat next to Gooding's girlfriend, the actor reached over and touched her. Harbert is quoted in the lawsuit, stating, "So you can imagine my surprise when I saw a flash of movement and felt his hand on my groin, feeling around it as if I were a piece of meat." Promptly within a week of the incident, Harbert filed a police report. Consequently, Gooding pleaded guilty, and the civil lawsuit includes a confirmation from Gooding that the physical contact was non-consensual during his hearing. Both women were involved or seeking unspecified damage for assault and battery, lost wages, emotional, mental, and physical injuries, as well as attorney fees. Anyway, aside from this, Diddy has faced several lawsuits, all claiming that he allegedly forced himself onto people. For starters, in November, Cassandra in federal court in New York, Cassie Ventura filed a complaint against Diddy Combs. Her complaint contains explicit allegations of physical abuse and a claim that her former partner forced her to have sex with male co-workers in his presence. Although Ventura's allegations are among the worst, this is not the first controversy in which the music mogul and entrepreneur has been implicated. In recent years, he has attempted to rebrand himself as a Brother Love, even changing his middle name to Love. However, he has a long history of violence dating back to the 1990s. Although he has never been found guilty of a serious crime, he has been accused of having violent encounters with a number of people, including Gina H., who claimed to have physically abused Ventura in 2019. Steve Stout and rappers like J. Cole and Drake's. A few days later, Cassie came to an agreement with a former Syracuse University college student named Sue Combs for allegedly singing and filming her afterwards, allegedly showing others the assault he filmed. Rolling Stone obtained the suit, which states that after driving the woman to a recording studio in 1991 after taking her to dinner in Harlem, He sassaged her while she claimed to be in a physical state where she could not stand on her own. The deadline for the state's Adult Survivors Act is November 23. The legislation approved in May 2022 allegedly created a window for persons above the age of 18 at the time to bring lawsuits against suspected offenders, despite statutes of limitations that normally shut off legal possibilities, according to a second anonymous complainant who filed a case against Communications. In this lawsuit, the plaintiff requests that the Act's window be extended or that statutes of limitations be completely repealed. She also claims that days later, Diddy attacked her again at a house where she was staying against him's Daddy's House recordings and Bad Boy Entertainment, claiming that in 2003, when she was 17 years old, she was attacked by K's former Bad Boy president Harv Pierre and another unidentified man at Kim's Daddy's House studio in New York. Diddy and the singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns essaying her and a friend in 1990 or 1991. The lawsuit states that the teenager was told to come to Pier in Detroit and that she was flown in on a private jet to Teterboro, New Jersey, before arriving in Manhattan. The three men are accused of abusing the high school student with large amounts of alcohol. The lawsuit also states that things started to blur visually for the teenager when she was attacked by the three men in the bathroom, where she allegedly drifted in and out of consciousness, had trouble breathing, and begged them to stop. The lawsuit also claims that after Pierre finished, she was left alone in the bathroom where she curled into a fotolina. Combs essayed her first, and then she watched the other two men while sitting in a chair outside the bathroom. In a statement, he said, "Enough is enough. For the past few weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character and destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sick allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear, I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and the truth after this." On December 7th, Xenia has had songs penned by Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Tiffany. Joe Jonas, Jason Derulo, and Tamar Braxton, among others, published an open letter to Come via Rolling Stone alleging that Cassie's claims were true. She wrote, Red detailed her first encounters with Combs and her working relationship with Cassie as a songwriter, and detailed the party where she claimed the Combs separated Cassie from her friends when Cassie and Combo returned later in the evening, which Cassie described in her lawsuit as an arrangement where you would make her perform acts with male workers that night. Red wrote, "The reason you called me emotional singing was because you were listening to new songs we wrote during the freak-off that had begun after you. I came to get her earlier that night, and I am disturbed to my core by this." That she saw occasions later where Combs appeared verbally abusive to Cassie and said that she too had experienced trauma as a result of Combs' alleged actions. In any case, after such countless allegations, it seems like it will be hard for Diddy to spend the rest of his life outside the jail. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.